Yes, what's going on? Alfie here, www.masterthemixing.com. Back with another fantastic tutorial for you, mate. What we're going to be doing today is just layering snare drums and creating new sounds for some uniqueness, making sure that when you layer the snare, it's nice and crisp together. It's not too much kind of hitting outside of each other and bouncing all over the place, unless that's what you want. But so I'm gonna layer three sounds to make a snare. My kind of thought process while I'm doing this is frequency wise, what am I looking for? So first and foremost, I want a nice good bass snare with a nice bit of warmth and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna find me a first snare. That one, it's got a bit of thickness to it. So yeah, that would be the first one, and then am I gonna do them on three different? Yeah, I'll just do them all in here. So that'll be the first one. Okay. Now I want something a bit higher, so I might go to a perk for that to get maybe like a, I don't know. You want to try and search for something that you feel like will fit well. And like I said, I don't want too much of the same frequency layered on top of each other, because that's just gonna get muddy. So I've already got a decent bit of mid frequency. That's why I'm looking for a bit of high frequency to put on top. Let's see what these two sound like. What's going on here? So I don't really like that. This could sound cool. Yeah, so I quite like that. And then I might go for something a bit on the lower mid, or another high mid one that's a bit less high. But I'm gonna, yeah, maybe like a tom. No, that's a bit too 808-ish. Probably just claps a nice safe one to go with the snare. Alright, so once you've got the actual sounds that you like, there's different ways that you can layer it all together. The first and easiest way is to just throw an enveloper on it, or a transient designer, and just sort of kind of play with the release and the attack so that it kind of glues together. So let me show you what I mean. So, because with the layering, you kind of want it to sound like it's one original sound and not three sounds sitting on top of each other. So what I'm gonna do is cut off the release of all of them so that it all kind of ends at one same point. That should kind of make it sound a bit more glued, and also just to glue the attack a bit, I'm just gonna a little bit reduce the attack time a tiny bit, just so that the ones that start before the others are it kind of glues. Let's see how that sounds. So that sounds a bit more glued than we're all together out. Because the chimes have a really long release. But with the enveloper, the chimes become more of just like an ambience reverb of the snare, and the snare's a bit more tight. And it's tight with the clap as well. And obviously you can level each one differently. So let's say you wanted that clap to stand out a bit more, and you wanted the chime to be a bit more in the background, you can change the leveling of it. So now you got this sound. So you can really play about with it. The options are really limited there. Once you kind of got like something that you like how it's sounding with, you can just play it out and then bounce it out as a file, so that's now its own snare file. Another thing you can do, a bit more advanced now, is say you wanted to actually modify and keep in exactly the elements that you want. So let's say you wanted the release only from the chime, you didn't want any of the attack. Then you would just modify this. And for those who aren't using Contact, if you're using FL Studio or something like that, what you need to do is put the drums on separate channels or separate tracks, and then go in and then use stuff like EQ or transient designers on the individual volume track and edit it like that. But because in the Contact sampler you can modify each sound, I'm just doing it all in the one player. So what I'm going to do is just raise the attack of the chime so that the attack of the chime isn't apparent, but the release will be there. So you're not hearing the chime getting in the way of the snare in the beginning. You see? And let's say I didn't want it to release for as long. So yeah, and you can do that with all of them in any ways that you want. Let's say I wanted the attack from the clap to be more present than the attack from the snare. Do the same thing. Now you're hearing more of the clap. And what I would actually do here is turn the chimes down a bit. They're a bit loud. And then let's see what that sounds like. And that's a snare. I'd be happy with that. The little slight chime layering kind of will make the snare stand out more in the mix because it adds some higher frequencies. The snare's kind of bouncing on it, and then the clap is just really subtle to kind of just thicken up the whole snare. A bit of warmth there at the bottom, and then the original snare is just for the punch. And yeah, nice snare. And that is the final project. So I'd bounce that out and have that as literally I somehow managed to do 2 notes with my chubby fingers. And then yeah, you've got your new snare drum custom made with a little bit of source from you personally. Obviously you want to bounce that as a wave, you never want to bounce it as an MP3 just because it's not quality enough and it's not going to be a huge file. It's just it's like a 1 second sound, so you want to do it in the best quality possible for you to use in the future. So yeah, I'm just gonna save that somewhere. And then that'll be the end. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little tutorial. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you'd like me to talk about next. And check out my beat mixing secrets course. The link for that will be in the description. It's a great course. Get you to expert beat mix and instantly fast, basically. Honestly, it's a great course. So check that out if you've got time. And stay tuned. There'll be more videos soon. Again, Alfie from masterthemixer.com. Take care.